rattle off information, man.
I can rattle off the information, but you are smooth. You're so New York, Jersey, man.
All right, what was I going to say? Okay.
You were going to ask about something.
Yep, something.
3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dave with Spruce Industries here for another special Beyond the Product segment on beyond.spruceindustries.com. And today we have a very special guest to talk about PCA, the Purchasing Cooperative of America. It is none other than my man, Pots and Pans, Dan Wagner of Triple S. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Thank you. Why don't you give us a little background of yourself and Triple S?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, I'm Dan Wagner. I am proud to serve as the Vice President of Strategic Accounts and Services with Triple S. Triple S, of course, being a national distribution network of which Spruce Industries is a member. We've got about a 120 or so independent, community-based JNSAN distributors located throughout the United States. As a distribution network, we literally offer everything from preferred pricing through supplier or agreements to different tools and resources that truly help our Triple S members set themselves apart in the marketplace. Everything from training tools to inspection platforms to programs like PCA. The end goal of an organization like Triple S is to make sure that our members have the right resources in their arsenal to be of the greatest possible service and to be able to form a true partnership with their customers.
That's what we love to hear, and we've been members with Triple S for many years now. Nothing but support from these guys, and it's been going so great. So what we're making the video about today is PCA. Can you get a little bit into that for me?
Oh, absolutely. PCA, as you mentioned, does stand for the Purchasing Cooperative of America. And what a purchasing cooperative essentially is it is an organization or an entity that performs competitive bids. So they go through the full, robust, transparent bidding process in order to allow other entities throughout the country to piggyback on their efforts. So in other words, when you are awarded a contract through a purchasing cooperative, it then allows any municipalities, state government entities, higher education, K-12 school districts, the local fire department, pretty much anybody who is required to competitively bid their accounts can meet that state mandate or that local mandates, or possibly even that internal mandate simply by utilizing the PCA platform. So it's really a tremendously powerful tool that helps save them time, money, and frustration.
So dig a little bit deeper on that. Why, just for instance, where I live, Poquag, New York, why would Poquag's DPW or fire department or school district here, why would they join PCA? What's the benefit?
Yeah, let's just call a spade a spade. That local fire department, that local school district is likely required by the state to go through the full bidding process, to issue an RFI, to potentially then follow that up with an RFQ and then an RFP and an RFZ and whatever else you can figure out, and go through the whole process and take in a number of different bids and then have to go through that, it's taking the time in order to review everything. And that's a very worthwhile process, no question about it, because that entity certainly wants to make sure that they are receiving best value for whatever class of product that they're purchasing or service for that. But the truth of the matter is that is a process that is incredibly costly. It is tremendously time consuming, and it can also be extremely frustrating.
All right, Dan, another question for you. How does because we work with numerous GPOs, Vizient, Premier, and that's more tailored towards the healthcare setting. Is this similar PCA, or how is that different?
There are real differences between an organization like PCA, a purchasing cooperative, and a GPO. A purchasing cooperative actually performs the full RFP process and almost always will select one or two best-in-class suppliers. And the reason that they do that is they really want to make sure that they go through that full process of vetting in order to make sure that their members who are going to make a so-called investment in terms of being part of that purchasing co-op. Now, there's no cost associated with membership. They see that if they are going to convince, let's say, a school district to want to be a part of that purchasing cooperative, that they have to prove value, right? Like, for example, you mentioned that Spruce Industries works very closely with the GPOs. And of course, those contracts are also through your relationship and your membership within SSS. But when we talk about our agreement with a group like Vizient, which is probably the most well-known GPO, we are one of 7, 8, 9, 10 different distributors and distribution networks that can then sell through that GPO. A purchasing co-op like PCA said, we only want to bring to our members the best of the best. Those organizations who have proven to us through this transparent RFP process that they can deliver not only the products at the best possible price, but that they are truly offering a partnership, that they are offering a full slate of services that are going to put our members in the best possible position. You know, we have a greater appreciation today for the crucial role that cleaning plays in combating against those potential outbreaks. And so an organization like PCA representing the cooperative community said, we want to make sure that when a facility decides that they are going to be part of who we are, that they are in fact working with an organization that can deliver the full package and that can put that facility in the best possible position to safeguard health and to improve productivity and to increase, customer retention in hotels and all those business outcomes that effective cleaning can lead to.
So one key thing that you mentioned there, membership is free.
Correct? Yeah, correct. Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
And how easy is it to sign up with PCA?
Signing up with PCA, incredibly easy. There's an online form that members or facilities can easily go to. They simply fill it out, expressing their interest in being part of PCA. PCA then, of course, takes a look at whom they are and decides whether or not that they are a good fit. And I can tell you that because PCA truly recognizes the value that this program can bring, that their turnaround time in terms of approving membership is usually, sometimes I can't believe it, under 24 hours. And then, to be honest with you, the only other responsibility that falls on behalf of the facility is to make sure that they are in fact including the PCA contract number. And of course, they can get that directly through Spruce Industries on all of their purchasing documentation. And that's to protect them. Because should the state come back and say, you are required by state law to competitively bid your account, they want to be able to go to them and say, we're using the purchasing cooperative, PCA, Purchasing Cooperative of America. Here is our documentation with the contract number. We're doing everything by the book. And the state will probably say, you're ultimately saving money if it's a state entity or even a municipality or a school district in terms of, I kind of look at things this way. Would we rather have our schools spending money to run RFPs or to make sure that they've got the best possible music and art and sports programs and all these wonderful things that we can be doing for our children, especially as we crawl out of the pandemic when our kids and our students are going to need us the most.
Once a new member has signed up, within 24 hours, they've gotten approval, they're all set up, they're ready to go. What are the next steps in order for them to start placing orders and receiving products?
Building that partnership with the supplier who is authorized to sell under that PCA agreement. And we are incredibly fortunate that in the Janssen infection control space, they chose SSS as their exclusive provider. And the reason for that was they believe very strongly that a local New Jersey, New York business, Pennsylvania business is going to be in the best position to understand the unique circumstances that exist within that community. I mean, just look at the way that COVID has really taught all of us how things are handled so differently across this country. I mean, if I'm here based in the city of Chicago, Illinois, and I don't pretend to be an expert on what has happened in, say, for example, New Jersey schools over the course of the pandemic, or even once we're out of COVID-19, what happens on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. And so PCA felt very strongly that a local community-based Jansan partner was their best option. And so then it's really a case of them, identifying who their local S member is. Proud to say that in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania region, it's going to be Spruce Industries. We do have a couple of others, but Spruce Industries is the one who really has proven and that commitment to a partnership. And then there is negotiated pricing. You can access the full catalog, which is over 2,000 line items long, along with that negotiated pricing that's part of being awarded the contract, and then working directly in order to forge that partnership and to make sure that let's say in the case of Spruce Industries, that Spruce Industries is working directly with their customer in order to do everything necessary to deliver an effectively cleaned indoor environment in order to enjoy all those positive business outcomes that we referenced earlier.
All right, so Dan, I'm a customer. We're on an elevator. We're going up 5 floors. Give me your elevator pitch on PCA.
Listen, I know that state law or a local mandate requires you to competitively bid your accounts. And I know that that's a major pain in the butt. It's time consuming. It's going to cost you a lot of money, and somebody's going to be angry. And so at the end of the day, you can avoid that aggravation. You can avoid that frustration by utilizing a purchasing cooperative. You can piggyback on the hard work that has already been performed by an organization like PCA in order to meet that mandate and to free you up in terms of your time and in terms of your dollars.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dan Wagner of Triple S talking about PCA. Thank you so much, Dan. Any final thoughts?
In a world of COVID-19, in a world where we clearly recognize the incredible value and the impact that an effectively cleaned indoor environment has on health, on productivity, on image enhancement, on real business outcomes, in today's society, we need to make sure we're working with a real partner, and working with somebody who's been vetted by PCA gives you that exact opportunity.
All right, there it is. Dan Wagner, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you so much, Dave, and I look forward to working with everybody in the future.